When I was younger, I was working at a bicultural center, and my manager asked me, "Do you have a disability?" And I'm actually quite sick of that question because being deaf is my culture, it's not a disability. But then my manager followed that question with asking if I rely on services provided to me by ADA. And I said, well, yes, of course. And then my manager went on to saying, well, ADA, that is disability support. And I was at a complete loss for words that he said that. So apparently, receiving help from ADA means that I have a disability. I was completely shocked. So I live in Seattle and I ride the bus to work because I would rather not deal with traffic in my car. So one morning I was riding the bus to work. I took a window seat, was just people watching, minding my own business, and then who a lady came onto the bus who was blind, and there were a few people sitting in the handicap seats, and once they saw her, they immediately got up, relocated to accommodate her. And she seemed really appreciative and everything, but now a blind person I would definitely label as disabled or having a disability. So that situation got me wondering a little bit. And then the bus stopped at a stop and the ramp came down on the bus so that it would be wheelchair accessible. And someone got on the bus who was in a wheelchair, and the bus driver got out of his seat to help buckle the passenger and the wheelchair into place. And so, there again, there were accommodations made for the passenger in the wheelchair, and because of that, I would label that as a disability as well. After watching now both of these situations play out, um, I got to thinking that being in a wheelchair or being blind, that's a visible disability. For blind people and people who use wheelchairs, there's no specific culture for them. They live in America, they adhere to American culture, they don't have their own culture. But as a deaf person like myself, I do have my own culture. So, wow, yeah, looking back and pondering that question that my manager asked me, I stick with my answer that being deaf is a culture and it's not a disability, unlike being blind or being in a wheelchair. It was really interesting to analyze this deeper, and it was really impactful for me.